Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are on the Necromancer. It's been a long time. We did a video before on him where we hit a huge amount of damage, but today we got something different. We're playing with summons. I thought we'd do a rock build, and now because of the new skill mastery system, I thought, why don't we add things that the Beastmaster has onto the Necromancer, and we can get some insane damage on one of the Beastmaster skills called Wild Strike. Now, the way that Wild Strike works is that we strike enemies in front of us, like Body Slam or whatever the case may be, and this deals damage based on the quantity of summoned units you control. So I thought, well, Necromancer's Ascension, you can get 8 abominations active at any time. So up to 8, we did have 7 active this run or this round, and we're going to get hopefully up to 8, so that's already an extra 160% damage for Wild Strike just on his Ascension, which is fantastic. And then we took ourselves the hounds, the boars, the rats, and the battle moose. The other thing we can use is bunnies because they summon quite a lot of them, but these 4 summons are the highest besides for bunnies, and all of them share the nature tagging. So we went for skill mastery nature, skill inclination nature, and weapon expert. I was gonna use Putrefy, but then when I looked at the damage, I mean, for 4 minutes Putrefy had only done 100k damage, whereas in the 2 minutes time where I've had Wild Strike, it's already on 3.5 million, so definitely much stronger. We got rid of Putrefy, it just wasn't working for the build. Everything was dying before Putrefy even procced. Also on that, the Putrid Hounds for some reason are like completely busted. They're dealing so much damage, I don't even know why, but anyway, that's for another day. So runes, again, we've got weapon expert, skill inclination nature, and skill mastery nature, extra help, harmony, multicast mastery, and divine legacy, so we can get the increase into the summoned amount. That also helps with harmony because we get up to 80% increased damage based on how many summoned units we have. So let's get into an overlord run. Obviously everything's going to have to resummon now, so we do want quite a lot of multicast so we can summon as many of the units as humanly possible. And then we're using Bestial Wrath. If we did find bunnies, you could get rid of Bestial Wrath, you don't need it. But as you can see, there's a lot of green on the screen, and it's just really cool to see. So yeah, really cool, interesting build. I really do like the attack for Wild Strike, where you summon like a ghostly boar that slams into enemies. I think it's a really cool skill, especially if you do like you know, skills that have these spectral kind of effects. I do know that a lot of people, I personally like the specters and the spectral skills in Path of Exile and other games, so seeing it in this game is also really cool. Also, those green explosions, like now that you just saw there, are the rats exploding, and as you can see, we actually have 20 rats up. So rats alone, we're getting 400% increased damage to Wild Strike. Oh, whoops, we took a little bit of damage over there for absolutely no reason, but it's okay, we will survive. So yeah, it's really cool, a really strong build. We do get to increase all the damage for our summons and things like that quite easily. We can increase cast frequencies. We actually do need to. Having a 6-second cast frequency there is actually relatively high. We don't really, can be much lower, especially if you go for a lot of area of effect. You actually can go get a really low cooldown on the on the rats, because as soon as you have low cooldowns, it doesn't really matter where they are, they're still going to deal a lot of damage, because as long as the AoE hits the target, you're in a good spot. So hopefully you can get the area of effect to be like that, but if you can't, it's not really the end of the world. But just don't get your cooldown to like 0.2 seconds with Scent of Blood for them. But as long as you work on area of effect, you can have as low a cooldown as possible. It might just create a bit of lag for you, but otherwise I think you'll be a-okay. Alright, I do want everything to kind of die in the same spot. It does make picking up the abomination pieces to fight with you a lot easier. We do have 3 of them up right now. They last for about a minute or a minute and a half and then they die. So you want to try and spawn all of them at the same time so that you've got a lot of them up and running. You could stagger the spawns if you wanted to have at least one always available for the taunt, whatever the case may be. We do have the battle mooses already for taunt, so we don't really need the taunt that they provide. We've also got our swamp boars as well. I don't think swamp boar doesn't taunt though, but it's still nice to have them because of the rot that they apply. So you could do a similar build to this using elemental flow as well, and that's going to give you a lot of rot damage coming forward from all of these nature summons. So there we go, we've got a nice beautiful quantity. These skills are all magical as well, so we're going to lock the area of effect here because, again, like I mentioned earlier, we want as much AoE on our plague rats so that they go and explode as far as possible. So our crit, we're on 100%, we're going to just leave it there. 100% is more than enough, and then just look for the damage upgrades, which we're getting. That is so good. And then a bit more cast frequency. So let me know what you guys think about the look of the skills. Do you like seeing the green explode on your screen and completely cover the screen? Or do you think that it just makes it too hard to see the enemy attacks? As long as you're moving, you should be fine. As you can see, I actually haven't picked up any movement speed, so our character is relatively slow. I should have picked up movement speed, but we haven't for some reason. I don't know, I just felt like maybe we didn't need it, and we really don't. I mean, you're going to see just how quickly we completely, utterly destroy the bosses over there. That is fantastic, and let's move forward onto the next boss fight. Alright, more area of effect. I'm more than happy to grab AoE whenever we get the chance to. We can increase the damage of our moose as well. And then something to note is that each summoned unit has a chance to apply negative effects. So if we take a frailty, then each summoned unit attack has a chance to apply fragility on enemies, including all of our ascensions and everything like that. So getting yourself negative effects on summons is beautiful, especially things like the archers and the elves where they attack quite a lot, quite often. It's really, really nice to see them applying all of those negative effects to the enemies. But I mean, we've got so much going on our screen right now. Probably if you don't like green, you're gonna hate this video because everything is just so green. But I love it. I love that the green, the lime green in the middle of the rat explosion, and it's just so cool to see it. So really nice for me. We wanted these upgrades over here. This is why we took Divine Legacy, so we could get as many summons as possible out at one given time. And you can see we already have 20 rats, and we're going to count the summons right now at the end. It's just before they all disappear. So we're on 20, 35, 45, 55 summons, or 55, 58 summons. That makes it a bit harder. So let's just say 60 for shits and giggles, just to make the actual things go a little quicker. That's 1,200 extra damage on the Wild Strike. So it goes from 1,800 to what's that, for 3,000, which is a pretty decent amount with little effort done over there, plus the 80% increased damage over here. That's a given. You only need a 40 unit to do that. We're well over that, and then we get the increased damage as well going forward. So really strong little build, really easy to run as well, and it's just really strong. I mean, you can get under 6 minutes doing a single run. I mean, Overlord cycle over there was about 4 minutes and something. So really strong. Wild Strike dealing the most amount of damage, which is really cool because that's what the whole point of the build was, for the skill to deal the most amount of damage, and then Putrid Hounds and Plague Rats coming in second and third. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.